Dr. Dave here to cover the top 10 most important pattern play principles that deal with strategy for choosing ball run-out order and position play options. These skills really help separate the great players from everybody else, and learning these principles can really help your game. Before explaining and demonstrating what I recommend for each shot, I first show the ball layout. If you want to do some mental practice, pause the video on each of these screens and ask yourself, what would I do here? Even without access to a pool table, you can improve your strategy by thinking about how you would approach different situations. The first important pattern play principle is to keep things simple. Here, there are many options, but here's the easiest. Every shot is nearly a stop shot, and with such little cue ball motion, not much can go wrong. You don't want to go off multiple rails if you don't need to, although that was a good shot. You also don't want to move the cue ball more than necessary. You don't want to use side spin and go around the table just to show off. And you certainly don't want to resort to bank shots. You might think you were good at banking, but if your goal is to win consistently, you want to avoid missable shots like this. Here's another spot you can pause and think. I won't keep reminding you, but if you want to get the best value out of this video, hit the pause button every time I show a new layout so you can test and develop your decision-making skills. In this situation, the best way to keep things simple is to just roll forward on each shot. It is easy to control cue ball travel distance and direction when rolling the ball. Here, I could get fancy and draw the side spin for perfect shape on the 10 up table. Now that was a good shot, but it was a little risky because a miscue was possible, and I could have scratched in the corner. And here, I need to reach for the shot, which can make control more difficult. And again, whenever you go off multiple cushions and have lots of cue ball travel, bad things can happen. A much simpler approach is to just roll forward for short side shape on the 12. Then I can roll forward again. Here, I have several options, but rolling forward with a little less spin yields a simple path to victory. Here's another example of how keeping things simple is a good approach. I could just slow roll this and leave a long shot, but if I get the object ball too thin or use too much speed, I could slipper myself behind the 5. I could instead go on 5 rails like this, but it's unnecessary, and there are things that can go wrong. The simplest and most reliable approach here is to use the 5 ball to hold the cue ball like this. That limits cue ball motion and gives an easy shot for you. A very important position control and pattern play principle is leaving angles on shots. If you leave the next shot straight like this, it dramatically reduces your cue ball control options. All you can do is roll forward, stop in place, or draw straight back like this. That is not a great lead for the game-winning shot. A better approach is to roll forward on the first shot to leave an angle on the second shot. Now it is easy to get good shape on the 8. And nothing fancy is required. When you leave an angle, it is important to leave it on the correct side of the ball. Here, if I roll forward, I need to move the cue ball a lot for shape on the 8. A better approach is to leave the cue ball above the line of the 11 ball shot. Now all I need to do is roll the cue ball for easy shape for the win. Where it's important to leave an angle on the shot. If I roll forward here, the shot is tough to reach, and I need to power the cue ball to get shape on the 8. That was much harder than it should have been. If I instead leave an angle on the 11, the out is much easier. Here's a similar example where leaving the 11 nearly straight requires a power draw shot. was a good hit, but when you use this much speed, there is a greater risk of rattling the ball in the pocket. And if you don't judge the angle and draw amount well, other bad things can happen.